Bob Woodward will always be renowned for his role in blowing Watergate wide open, but can those reporting methods, shadowy sources, knocking on doors, follow the money, also be applied to the 2016 campaign? I sat down with the author of the new book, The Last of the President's Men, here in Studio One. Bob Woodward, welcome.
Thank you.
In the coverage of this presidential campaign, do you feel more than any other that maybe substance and policy is taking a backseat to personality, polls, and insults?
Yes, certainly. And the question is, who are these people? How might they really do things? You know, what in journalism, our main job is to figure out what happened and then why. And we need to drive into the question harder. You know, why? Who are these people? Why are they running? What is their value system? And I think it will be done, but it's going to take a lot of patience. And as you point out each week in the culture of the internet, driven, impatient speed, give it to me in 140 characters.
On that point,
depth doesn't get you there.
On that point, you were on a rally. You were talking about Hillary Clinton, and you said this: we are going to find out that my newspaper, your network, all the news organizations, and everyone is going to do a 20,000-word, 30,000-word biography of every stage of her life. And I must confess, it struck me as kind of an old-fashioned observation, because journalists can write these 30,000-word pieces, but what seems to drive the news cycle, the quick hits, the pithy tweets, the viral video.
Yes, but if you really find something that is new and explains who these people are, that will drive the news cycle. And people will read it, or maybe they won't read all 30,000 words, as frequently happens, but they will get the essence of it because it will become part of the discussion.
But does the culture of journalism still reward that kind of deep digging, which, as you know better than anybody, takes time? There are dry holes. You've got to cross-check things. You've got to maybe have it checked by a lawyer. Does the culture of journalism still reward that?
Yes, it does. And what's important is the readers and viewers reward it. I mean, at heart, people want to look at the president as somebody who's very serious, and what are the ideas driving them, and all of these questions that you can only answer with an in-depth excavation and biographical study.
How would you cover Donald Trump, who not only seems to get a lot of attacks in the media, but that criticism from the media in many ways seems to make him stronger?
Well, but if I were doing Trump, I'd do 50,000 words and do each deal and look at, you know, how did he get his money? You know, this is a guy who's been in the news for decades. And has a long history. As Vladimir Putin said, not a stage of our life passes without a trace, right?
Right. And Trump is running on his business.
Trace.
Trump is running on his business success. That's part of what he is selling to the country.
Sure. So there's a lot of work to be done. In fact, with all of these candidates, in the end, if we talk about this after the election, I think we're going to say that we went back to the character studies, because you're not electing somebody, a soundbite. You're electing somebody who's a person, and we want to know that. So I'm sold on the idea, particularly after revisiting the Nixon book.
You have compared Hillary's email mess to Richard Nixon's secret White House tapes, but since on those tapes, we later learned, we now know as part of history, he talked about cover-ups and burglaries and wiretapping. Are you assuming there's something nefarious in Hillary's correspondence?
No, I'm not assuming anything, but it's the volume. 60,000 emails. Give me 60,000 of your emails, and I'll learn a lot about you. Everyone always says something in an email that perhaps they wish they didn't say, so, you know, we're going to see. But again, it's the in-depth work, and in this case, we have the FBI doing it for us.